Okay, let me show you all the very first thing that I do before I start juicing. I like to wash my fruits and vegetables just because. I like doing the green apples with the vegetables. That's the only fruit I'm actually going to use. Going to put green apples, and I'm going to at the end just mix some of these together. But the green apples just give like the carrots and the cucumbers kind of like a sweet tart taste. Y'all, this is my very first time ever working with beets. OMG, I was so excited. Look how that looks. I didn't even cook the beets or anything either. I just did them just like I did the rest of the vegetables. And here are celery. And look how big this garlic. Is that garlic? No, that's not garlic. That's ginger. Look how big that ginger is. So this is what I washed my vegetables and fruits in: the vinegar and the baking soda. And after I washed them, I rinsed them so that it wouldn't taste like vinegar and baking soda. So look at this large, large, large. Um, why do I want to keep calling that garlic? But it's not garlic. It's ginger. So look how large that ginger is. So at first I started peeling the ginger, but then I got tired of doing all that. That was just way too much work. So I just started cutting it up. And here it is right here. I tried to cut it a little smaller than I did when my very first time juicing, because if you cut them too big, they don't juice too well. So I just started just putting the ginger in there, and I had to use the thing to kind of smash them down in there because they weren't really going down, which was no problem. But I got, quite a bit of juice out of this. Some fruits and vegetables have more juice than others. This was okay. I think I got quite a bit, right? So I usually take this every morning, and so that's why I kind of really like to do ginger, because I take a shot of it, like 2 tablespoons of ginger every single morning. So I need to make that before I run out. So that's why I did so much ginger. And you can do as much as you like. I like the way the juice is separated from the pulp. And I'm just still trying to figure out something I can do with all this pulp. Look at there. It just seems like such a waste to me, but I'm not really exactly sure what to do with it. So until I figure that out, I guess I have to keep throwing it in the garbage. But look, I got quite a bit of ginger from those ginger roots, and you can see the amount. What is it? Almost 15 ounces, and I think that's pretty good for. I don't know what I do, 1 or 2 big ginger roots. I'm not really sure, but I was satisfied with the amount of ginger. So now I just strain it just because the juicer that I have, you don't really have to strain it, but I just do just to make sure I get just all juice. I don't really want the pulp in my juice, so I just strain it just because you really don't have to. Just like sometimes when you buy orange juice, right? It has pulp. If you don't mind a little pulp, don't strain it. But I think it really depends on the juicer that you have. Because the first juicer that I was using, it left behind a lot more pulp than this juicer. See, it's only a little bit there. And this is how much ginger that I got out of that batch of ginger. So I was pretty satisfied. So now I am going to show you how I take this machine apart and I clean it, because I have to do this between like each different thing that I juice. So it's so easy. I love this juicer. You just take it apart and it's easy to put back together again. It's easy to clean. I just put I take it all apart, like really all apart, because I don't want to start juicing again and then it starts jamming up on me. So I just took it all apart, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I actually clean it in some water. I don't really clean it. I kind of rinse it with warm water. I just take each individual thing, and I was trying to get the pulp out of there, and it was a little bit stuck in there. So, because I don't want to have to keep stopping because it's jamming up. So I just take everything in between each item that I'm juicing, and I just rinse this off simply because I don't want to be in the middle of juicing and then it stops working on me, because that's literally what happened when I juiced for the very first time. This is only my second time juicing, and I really, really like doing this, so I'm going to continue. But I think eventually I will get a bigger and a better juicer. But for now, this one works just fine. It cleans up really easy. I just rinse those things off, and now I'm going to show you how easy this is to put back together. That thing goes on first, which is really, really simple. It pops into place. Then you put this thing in the middle of it. When I tell you it's really easy, it's only like one, two, four pieces, 4 or 5 pieces to this. It's not that difficult. That's the strainer to keep the pulp from going into the juice. And then voila, that's just the thing to push it down. Simple, right? So now I'm going to show you how I do my carrots. I cut them up. I try to cut them up not so big so that the juicer won't jam up. So I kind of cut them, what, medium size, I guess. But I think as I kept juicing, I really had to end up cutting the carrots a little bit more because my juicer started jamming up. But I just kept going. And the carrots don't have as much juice as some of the other fruits and vegetables, but I don't mind that because the more juice you want, the more vegetables or fruits you have to juice. And after you do this more than one time, you will get a pretty good idea of how much of each fruit and vegetable that you want. So this was just enough carrot juice for me because I did this once before and I made a little too much juice and I didn't want to make too much because I'm not really sure how long this will last in the refrigerator. But I promise you, before it could go bad, I will drink it because I actually love this juice. See how much pulp came from all those carrots? Y'all, I gotta find something to do with it. Isn't it looking cute? I love that bright orange. It's really cute. So that was quite a bit of pulp for me. But look at the amount of juice that I got from those carrots. It doesn't look like much in that big, huge container that comes with the juicer. But once I started pouring it into the jar, here I go. I'm straining it again because I think the carrots have a little more pulp than some of the other things, and I don't really want that in my juice. See, yeah, it does. It has a little more pulp in it, and I don't want to drink that. So once I started pouring it into my little jar, and I save jars from things that I buy. I don't really buy a whole lot of mason jars. Like if you have spaghetti sauce or anything else that comes in a jar, make sure you're saving your jars if you're going to juice. And I'm just trying to get a little bit more juice out of the pulp because I didn't want to waste it. So, this is a lot of work to be wasting juice. So I will just take a spoon and kind of smash the pulp down and try to get a lot more juice out of it. I got a little bit more, I've tried to make the pulp dry so that I have all my juice. But you know what? Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But I think I did pretty good. Look at that pulp. It's not a whole lot, but it's more than some other fruits and vegetables. And that's how much orange juice, no, carrot juice that I got. Now I'm going to show you how I did my green apples. At first, I was also peeling the green apple. I was getting out the core. But you know what? After like the 10th apple, I was like, I'm done. That was way too much work. So I said, let's just see how just slicing these will work. And I will show you that it worked just as good as me peeling the apple, getting out the core. It was just way too much work. And I was trying to make this easy and successful. Look at all these apples I got. I'm not sure. I think it was like maybe 8 or 10 apples. I can't really remember. But here it is. I'm juicing it now. And the apples really have a lot of juice that comes out of them. The pulp is not as much as the carrots, I don't think, I don't believe. But I got a big, huge jar of apple juice and it was so amazing. And it's not like totally green because it still has like a little bit of the carrot juice and a little bit of the other juices in there. But this is definitely just the apple juice. And I did some before and look how much the jar is really almost full, right? So that is the apple juice, the green apple. I'm going to actually strain this again to see how much pulp is left because like I said, I don't want no pulp in my apple juice because I don't think I like that. I don't even like the way it looks. So I'm going to strain this again and it filled up my jar. I was so excited to have that much apple juice. Look how much apple juice I have. And I actually had a little bit left in the other container. And so now I'm going to show you how I did. I only did like maybe 4 small cucumbers here. And if you notice, I did not peel them because it's too much work doing all of that. So all I did was cut them up. Y'all, I put them in the juicer and they were just fine. I didn't get a lot of cucumber juice You know why? Because I didn't use that many cucumbers. I only used four of the really small cucumbers. I can't remember the name of the cucumbers, but you can use any cucumbers you like. When I juiced the very first time, I used the bigger cucumbers and I got more juice. Duh. But since these cucumbers were the really small ones, I got a really small amount of juice. See, it's only a little bit of pulp because, like I said, and it was a little wet. I'm not really sure why, but it didn't really dry that out as much as like the carrots or something. But that was okay. So I got very little cucumber juice, and it's just enough. I don't need a lot of that. I'm just going to use the cucumber juice as a mixture for the other juices. So again, I strained that one just to make sure I got all the little pulp out of it. And I like these different colors. Isn't this amazing? And I don't think this had much pulp because I didn't see, it's only a, well, yeah, like I said, I only got a little bit of juice, and that was fine. Now, people have told me when you juice what is this? Celery that is really, really stringy. Yes, it was stringy the very first time. You know why? Because I did not cut it. So this time when I did my celery, I cut it as small as I possibly could without shredding it. And it didn't become stringy, like it didn't clog up the juicer. It was great. It was really good. I got quite a bit juice from the celery, and it went through the juicer really easy because the celery wasn't too big, it wasn't too small, it was just right. So when you get ready to do celery, make sure you cut it up into medium size or small size pieces so that it doesn't jam up your juicer unless you have like a big huge juicer where that is not an issue. But mine is, I don't know, I think, is it a medium sized juicer? It's not small. Well, actually, I think this is a mini juicer, to be honest. I just bought it. This is my second time using it and I'm loving it. So like I said, eventually I will probably get a commercial one, a really big one, because I plan on juicing all the time because I'm really enjoying the taste of the juice. I'm telling you, it tastes so much better than the store-bought stuff. Look how much celery juice that I got. See, here's the pulp. It doesn't really look like a lot of pulp, which I guess is good. I don't know. But I got quite a bit of celery juice, and I love the celery juice with a little bit of ginger in it. It is absolutely amazing. And now I have different juice recipes. I'm going to mix and match some of um, these things that I'm juicing today. I'm going to mix and match them, and they are going to be so good. I tried it tonight, and it was already good. So I'm going to again strain the celery just to make sure that there is no pulp coming into the juice because I don't know. I don't want to chew juice. I just want to drink it. So I think it has a little bit of pulp, which is not that bad. But I'm just going to squeeze out as much celery juice as I possibly can so that I'm not wasting anything. This is a lot of work, y'all, to be wasting juice. So that's why, look at all that celery juice I have. I don't know if that seems like a lot to you, but it's a lot to me. That is so amazing. Now, y'all, I had one lemon in the refrigerator, so I decided to kind of juice that up so I could mix it with some of the other juices. So the lemon had a lot of juice in it too. Well, of course, right? So I only did one lemon, so I only got a very little bit of lemon juice, which was just enough. And I didn't peel it or anything. All I did was chopped it up and I put it in the juicer and it came out just fine. Look at all that juice coming out of that lemon. So if you want real lemon juice, I guess this is the best way to go. Now I do use the other lemon juice in the jar, but I just had this lemon and I didn't want it to go bad. Look at that little bit of pulp. I didn't want it to go bad, so I just decided to use it and kind of mix it with some of my other juices, which is going to be fantastic. So I am having a ball here juicing, and look at that amount of lemon juice out of one lemon. Really not bad, but I'm straining this again just because I want to, and I wanted to really see, because this is my first time doing a lemon. I just wanted to see how much pulp would actually come out of the lemon, and not much at all came out. So I was really satisfied with the amount of lemon juice that I ended up with because it was just enough for what I want to do. But I did take the spoon, and here I go again trying to get every drop of every drop of juice that I could possibly get. Y'all, I worked for hours at juicing, and I didn't want to waste an ounce of any of the juices. The lemon juice, no juice at all. So there's my amount of lemon juice. I started running out of containers, y'all. Y'all, look, here is the beets, right? I didn't cook them or anything. They are beet roots. And make sure you wear gloves if you're going to do beets, because when I tell you that this beet juice will stain your hands, your counter, your cutting board, it will stain everything. So I was really, really careful when I started working with the beets, because I didn't want my hands to be red for days. I didn't want to mess up my cutting board. I didn't want to mess up my counters. So I'm trying to be really, really careful here, because that red beet juice is dark, 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 dark red. It almost looks like blood, but it's not. So that's why I just don't want to get it all over the place. So it was a little tough. So be careful when you're trying to cut through it, because it's kind of tough, but I did it. Yay! So now I'm just going, look at the inside. Now I'm just going to start slicing it up. I kind of did it like medium size maybe, because I wasn't sure how this would go through the juicer, because like I said, this is my very, very, very first time working with beetroot, and I was really nervous. I don't know why I was nervous, kind of nervous to work with it, because I just wanted to make sure I did it right. So, but can you really juice wrong? I mean, I'm not thinking you can. So I just wanted to make sure that everything came out really good, because I worked really hard at getting this stuff to work, and I just want to make sure I have enough juice for the week or for a couple of days, or however long this juice lasts. But it's only for me, so I think it'll be okay. So here's the beets. Look, look, look at my gloves. Beet juice just all over the place. So now I'm just going to start putting it into the juicer. Like you see, I had already started. I put most of it already in the juicer, and I got, I don't know, quite a bit of beet juice for two small beet roots, right? So if you want more beet juice, you gotta use more beet roots. And I didn't get that many, because I wasn't really sure of how this was gonna work out, because I did not want to waste a thing. So here's the beet. What is that again? The beet stuff. The beet pulp, and this is how much beet juice I have. I'm not really sure. That foam stuff on top was interesting. I wasn't really sure how that happened, but I strained that off, because again, I don't want that in my juice. And so I enjoyed working with the beets. I'm sure I would do it again. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm sure I've had beet juice before, so I'm sure it'll be just fine. So it was quite a bit. I don't know if that's foam or something on the top, but it was quite a bit of that in there. So I just tried to get some more juice out of it, because I just wanted to get all I could, but it was quite a bit of foam or whatever that is on the top. So I just kind of just added that to the garbage bag with all the rest of it. So here I'm just going to pour it into a small jar. I really, really enjoyed working with these different juices. I'm learning, more and more each time I go to juice, and this is so exciting. So if you like to juice, I just wanted to show you how I do it. And here I'm going to show you a bag with all the pulp in it. Like, there has to be something that I can do with all this pulp, but I like all the pretty colors though. So listen, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share your juice and this video with your family and friends. This is the juicer that I use, and here is the end results of all my juices. So listen, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're sharing with your family and friends, because if this juice is good enough for you, it is absolutely good enough for the rest of your family. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Make sure you share.